Alright guys, before we get into today's video, you have to check out this unofficial trailer that Sonny made for the Nightclub update. This is clearly fan-made, but this is seriously so cool. And if Rockstar does end up dropping a DLC trailer for the Nightclub Nightlife update, this is really similar to what I would expect Rockstar to do. So take a look at this right now. By the way, Sonny messaged me and said that I'm free to cover this. I'm already sure that people are typing away, just, waiting for some drama to unfold. I'm actually not going to show the full trailer. If you want to see the entire thing, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. But without the way, check this out. It's pretty awesome.
It's not, strictly speaking, legal exactly, but hey, you only live once. And when you commit to this, you've got to keep the damn ball rolling. So it's not that hard. You guys are resourceful, and we all know all the lovely little things in life roll through the city anyway. So why not take a small bite of that? Hell yeah! Drugs and alcohol build reputation, reputation brings in more people brings in more cash. And before you know it, you've got yourself a goddamn self-sustaining gold mine on your hands.
So wasn't that cool? I wanted to show this ahead of today's video because I wanted to talk about the Nightclub trailer itself. Now, as of right now, Rockstar have not given us any information on the Nightclub Nightlife update. The only thing they've done so far is shown off that image of the new radio station teaser with like the 4 DJs and artists. That's really about the only thing they've done so far. But as far as in-game information, we haven't seen anything. Now, there's a great chance that with this Nightclub update, Rockstar introduce a trailer to sort of hype it up and promote it. Now, not every big DLC gets a trailer before the actual update itself comes out. So this is the assumption that Rockstar will do that. We've seen big updates before, like Import-Export and the Bikers update. We didn't get trailers until after that update came out. So there's a good chance that Rockstar do that, and really none of this matters. However, for DLCs like Gun Running and the Doomsday Heist and Smuggler's Run, we all got trailers before. And I want to talk about what we can expect in a Nightclub trailer based off of what we've seen in previous DLC trailers themselves. So when it does arrive, you kind of know what to look for. So let's talk about the first thing, and that is properties. So in all those updates I mentioned, the Doomsday Heist, the Gun Running update, Smuggler's Run, all of them introduced a new property. And in that trailer, the property is something they showed off a lot. They put a big emphasis on where we would be conducting our business. So it's no secret and no surprise that if we do get a Nightclub trailer, it's going to focus a lot on the nightclubs themselves, how the businesses are going to work, maybe where they're located, details about some of the features that might be included along with there. I feel like that's going to give us a lot of really, really great details. I mean, in all those trailers, we got to see the ins and outs of the bunkers, the hangars, the facilities, and I expect Rockstar would do the exact same thing with the nightclubs or whatever nightlife place we're going to be using in that update. We'd get lots of little details on that. The second thing is Rockstar would have it narrated by the guy that's going to be leading us through this. The last 3 big trailers have all done that. In the Gun Running update, it was narrated by Agent 14, who was at the time a new character and also was the guy who was leading us through this. The Smuggler's Run trailer was narrated by Nervous Ron, who wasn't necessarily a new character, but he was the one that ended up leading us through the hangar stuff, all the businesses and stuff like that. And the Doomsday Heist trailer was narrated by Avon Hertz, who was a new character and led us through the Doomsday Heist and the purchase of our facility, etc. So I would suspect that whether or not it's a new character like Tony Prince, or maybe someone from the Ballad of Gay Tony, or an older character like Rocco Pelosi, I would suspect that they would be an integral part of that trailer, leading us through them. We'd get to see the character themselves, or at least hear their voice. And I would suspect that Rockstar would show off a good number of scenes where they're going to be featured. Speaking of that, a lot of the scenes that Rockstar generate for the trailers typically come from cutscenes. So if you guys remember the Doomsday Heist trailer, the gun running trailer, Smuggler's Run trailer, a lot of the stuff we saw there was from cutscenes, the opening cutscenes, the scenes we saw in between the various heist missions. So I would imagine it would be a little bit more of the same, where we would see Rockstar pick and choose from the various times where we're going to get cinematic stuff, and that's what we would primarily see in Cunning Stunts Special Vehicle Circuit trailer, which, by the way, came out after the DLC had, been available for a couple hours. They showed them off at the very, very end. So unless Rockstar wants to do that, I don't see them showing off any vehicles that won't be available on day one. Typically, the vehicles that are available on day one, for the most part, have been the weaponized ones, especially in updates like the Doomsday Heist, and especially in updates like Smuggler's Run and Gun Running, where there was a lot of weaponized vehicles. I don't necessarily expect there to be a ton of weaponized vehicles in this update, but at the same rate, I still do not think Rockstar will show off vehicles that will be available later down the line, especially given what's going on with the Dinka Jester Classic. A vehicle that we all thought was coming out in this update. Now we don't know what's going on. So I think Rockstar wouldn't want to risk officially showing off a vehicle in a trailer and then not have it come out, because we're not supposed to know about the Jester Classic right now. Of course we do, based off of, being able to go through the files and whatnot. But Rockstar assumes the majority of people don't, which is why they probably haven't released it. But if they show it off in a trailer, they would assume that most people would. So that's something to think about as well, that the vehicles we see in this trailer are likely going to be the ones that will come out on day one, which means you can pretty much be excited instantly about everything you see. Another thing I think Rockstar is going to show off, if indeed they do add this, is new Mark II weapons. This was big in the Doomsday Heist trailer. This was big in the gun running trailer, where they showed a ton of different scenes with the new Mark II versions of weapons. Hopefully it's more than just Mark II weapons. Hopefully it is just, actual new weapons that they add into the game. I don't know about you guys, but I am getting a little bit tired of Rockstar doing the Mark II weapon stuff. I wish they would just add some new ones into the game. That'd be pretty cool. Another big thing I think you're going to see a lot of, and this is something that you'll have to sort of slow down the trailer, I think, to really get a better idea of, and that is clothing. I think clothing is going to be such a huge part of this update. Clothing, new accessories, new features, new haircuts, new face paints. I think all of that is going to be so big in this DLC because of how close our characters are going to be to each other based off of other updates. So because we're going to be dancing in the nightclubs, because we're going to be interacting with each other and hanging out, having clothing that is going to be, number one, unique, but number two, separates ourselves from each other, is going to be very, very important in a DLC like this. Now, of course, if and when the trailer does come out, you guys know that I will be doing a breakdown of it, trying to find everything that Rockstar slips in there. Some of the things they throw in there are very, very obvious, and some of the things they put in there, as you guys will find out and as you've seen in the past, are not so obvious. Like, you have to go through it so many times to figure out what exactly is going on here. So I think that's what makes the Rockstar trailers so great, is that if you just sort of skim them over at a first glance, you'll say to yourself, oh, this is pretty cool. But the more and more you look at it, the more and more you'll find just how much Rockstar is teasing and just how much content they look to be adding. So I don't know when we would expect something like this to happen. It's certainly not going to be before QA beta gets updated. We have not even seen QA beta get updated, so until that happens, really don't expect to hear anything from Rockstar, and certainly don't expect to see a trailer from them. It just doesn't sound like that's something they would end up doing before the QA beta branch gets updated. So anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What do you think the Nightlife Nightclub trailer is going to be like? Is it going to be similar to the one we saw Sonny create, which again, check out the link in the description so you can take a look at the full thing for yourself? Or do you think it's going to be different? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.